Imagine a power that controlled a territory larger than many modern nations, not with armies, not with kings sitting on golden thrones, but through information, trust, trade, and influence. Long before colonial rule reached the forests of southeastern Nigeria, one network connected hundreds of communities across West Africa. Its merchants traveled through dangerous territories unharmed. Its diplomats settled disputes. Its symbols carried messages that outsiders could not read. This was the Aro Trade Network. The rise of the Aro began with conflict. In the 17th century, the region around Arochukwu was a frontier of opportunity and tension. Different communities competed for land, influence, and resources. When war erupted, the Ezi Agwu clan sought allies beyond their immediate borders. A priest named Nachi arrived. Alongside him came Akpa warriors armed with unfamiliar weapons. The balance of power shifted. Victories followed. And from the ashes of conflict emerged something entirely new. The Kingdom of Arochukwu. A society built from multiple cultures, languages, and traditions. Most empires are built on military power. The Aro built theirs on belief. At the heart of their influence stood the famous Ibini Ukpabi oracle. People traveled vast distances, seeking judgment and guidance. Its authority crossed ethnic boundaries. Its decisions carried enormous weight. For merchants, this created something priceless: trust. Aro traders could move through unfamiliar territories because communities respected the institutions behind them. The oracle became more than a religious center. The Aro possessed another advantage: information. Long before telephones and the internet, they developed systems that allowed intelligence to travel across hundreds of miles. Through the Ekpe Society and symbolic communication systems, information moved between settlements. Prices, demand, security conditions, trade opportunities. Knowledge became power, and power became profit. While others reacted to events, the Aro often knew what was happening before everyone else. As their influence grew, the Aro expanded, not through conquest, but through connection. New settlements appeared across the region. Merchant communities established themselves in strategic locations. Trade routes linked forests, villages, markets, and coastal ports. Each settlement became another node in a growing network, a distributed system stretching across West Africa, an empire without borders. The world was changing. Global demand shifted. New economic realities emerged. The Aro adapted. Their merchants expanded into palm oil and palm kernel commerce. Existing networks became supply chains. Farmers became suppliers. Middlemen became distributors. Goods flowed from the interior to the coast. The same intelligence network that once moved people now moved products. The lesson was simple. Markets change. Survival belongs to those who evolve. Yet every empire faces a challenge. By the late 19th century, British commercial interests sought direct control of the interior. The Aro stood in the way. Conflict became inevitable. The Anglo-Aro War brought modern weapons into a contest against an older system. The Confederacy's political power was broken. But its legacy could not be destroyed, because ideas are harder to conquer than territory. Today, the kingdom is gone. The caravans have disappeared. The oracle no longer commands regional authority. yet the principles remain. Build networks. Protect trust. Value information. Adapt to change. The Arrow understood these lessons centuries ago. And in many ways, modern African commerce still follows the paths they created. The merchant kings may be gone, but their blueprint survives.
The story of the Arrow Trade Network reminds us that Africa's greatest business lessons did not begin in modern boardrooms. They began in our markets, our rivers, our trade routes, and in the wisdom of those who built thriving economies centuries ago. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and leave a comment below. What part of the Arrow Trade Network surprised you the most? And what ancient African market or trading system would you like us to explore next? Follow Ovenjan-Bina Iskit for more stories on ancient Igbo trade intelligence, forgotten African markets, business history, and market analysis. Together, let's rediscover the trade networks that shaped Africa's economic past and the lessons they hold for our future. Ovenjan-Bina Iskit. Build, automate, analyze, succeed. www.ovenjanbinaiskit.com